Hey everybody, it's Donny the video guy. Real quick before the video starts, I'm adding a new segment to our videos from here on out. It's gonna be a compilation of really cool clips or funny clips I caught on tape but I couldn't put in the video. A lot of it gets posted on my Instagram, so if you really love nerd, check out my Instagram. So don't forget to stay to the end of the video and you can see some really cool clips that have nothing to do with this video and maybe they'll make you laugh.
Every time I touch that one, it bites me.
That's why we're going to teach everybody how to socialize their caiman today.
Yeah.
My name is Crispy and I'm scared of baby caimans.
I'm not scared of them.
When Abraham Lincoln was alive. So that leads us to believe. That leads us to believe. Oh, it's gonna be a good clip. Oh. Yeah.
You left me alone with this animal.
Yeah, it's first. Now, Donny, what you can tell, look at that long tongue flick. That is absolutely wonderful. That's saying everything is great. It's picking up any kind of particles or, molecules in my hand for, taste and scent. This snake says, I am very calm. I am very relaxed. I'm just curious about what you are and your fancy camera rig. That's all that is. But this is a beautiful snake. You're wonderful. Put my face here.
Oh, there's the thumbnail. Do people that keep these generally not have them this friendly?
Well, they're notorious to have a bad attitude. People kind of talk about that. So these are generally, a lot of these are my own offspring. So she's just curious. She's just like, what's going on?
So what are some of the behavioral differences between retics and anacondas?
Oh, very, very different. So this is a water boa. This is much slower. They tend to be less tolerant of dinkering around with them. And like boas too, like even boas, if you want to do educational animals, boas I don't often use as educational animals because basically their triggers or what stresses them out to cause them to become reactive is far a lower threshold generally, not always, than often pythons. Pythons seem to be a little bit more laid back and thinking, where boas are a little bit more persnickety. So generally green anacondas and boas, we don't have much public interaction with them. And we certainly interact with them a whole ton. They just basically just telling us, hey, we get a little bit stressed out. Green anacondas are notorious for many things. Certainly they're the most heavy-bodied snake in the world for their size. And generally we've always sourced green anacondas, very large ones, from the wild. So these are animals who are however old they are. Like here's something that I produced. So an animal like this, she may be, oh goodness, she could be 8-10 years old at this size. And she didn't grow up in an aquatic environment. She grew up in more like a python thing. So I basically, unless I can create a big zoo display, I'll keep her size limited because of her mass is basically is limited by supporting her own weight. So I don't want to make her too big because they get floppy and stuff like that, and I don't want her to have any an uncomfortable life. So basically they're very good like this. I don't try to make them huge. There is no more importation of green anacondas. Wild-caught anacondas from years ago are notorious to have all sorts of different problems, a lot of blister diseases, a lot of parasites and stuff like that, and they often don't do well. So the amount of green anacondas that were imported into the country, and actually the amount that are still alive now, is probably very, it's fractional compared to what came in. A lot of times with a lot of different snakes. It ends up being that way, but hopefully they go into the right hands and we have this founder stock. So we have a colony of green anacondas that we breed, and I can offer the offspring. And F2s are pretty much what we're doing right now. And you end up with a fantastic animal, but they have no ill will towards you. And a lot of that stuff is just hype, make believe.
What's F2?
So you have your first wild caught animals, so you bring those into captivity, and the resulting offspring, if you're able to breed them, those would be called F1s. If you raise up those F1s and you breed those back, those are now, their offspring are now called F2s. So it's second 2 generations removed from the wild. Green anacondas are gravid because we have babies and we have gravid anacondas. So right now, you're going to be looking for like a cinnamon rolly kind of thing. These guys are, some of them are still early on. So first you want to look for a mass, and then we want to basically find, Mr. Jingles.
What are we doing today?
We're Checking out some anacondas.
You look good.
Thanks.
This is
Not
how I-
sweaty?
Yeah.
We're always sweating.
It's true.
Okay.
We're here with Kevin McCurley, author of several books, Anaconda Master.
Yes.
Janitor extraordinaire.
Anaconda's like...
That's a giant green anaconda. Is that what
Green
they call it?
anaconda?
Anaconda.
Yeah, it's an anaconda. Yeah.
Is the giant
Instead of
supposed to be in front
anaconda, it's anaconda.
Okay, so there's these masses. See right here? Donny, see this? Okay, that's basically it's a developing baby green anaconda. And as these go further on, you're going to start noticing coils. You can probably see there's a coil right here. Yeah, and that's kind of soft and mushy right now. There's a big yolk right there.
Although she is interfering with my super high-powered microscope, and she wants to investigate that. She's a very smart green anaconda. Look at her.
Yeah.
She is delightful. Hi, sweetie. So, let's go over to another anaconda. So, we got that one.
What do you? Okay, so tell me what you're doing right here.
Well, there's two different things I can do. I'm going to palpate.
Okay.
So I can basically very lightly, and I feel big mushy areas that before she had follicles in her. So I know that she is now ovulated. So these guys are about 135 days, roughly, depends what the room temperature is and the ambient temperatures, for her to ovulate. That's the point of conception, to actually birthing. And if everything goes right, we get live offspring. And that's where the trick is. With live bearing type snakes, getting live babies is obviously what we're trying to do. What?
You left me alone with this animal.
Yeah, it's first.
Now, Donny, well, you can tell. Look at that long tongue flick. That is absolutely wonderful. That's saying everything is great. It's picking up any kind of particles or molecules in my hand for taste and scent. This snake says, I am very calm. I am very relaxed. I'm just curious about what you are and your fancy camera rig. That's all that is. But this is a beautiful snake. You're wonderful. Face
Oh,
here.
there's the thumbnail. Oh, let me get close.
Okay, so what we're doing, see how our face is facing me?
Mm-hmm.
First rule of thumb, I just say hi.
I'm a professional. I do this every
You just want to be respectful. Okay, tell me if I have anything. Okay, right there. Okay, look at that.
Right here. Yeah. We got it.
Let me see.
Yeah, there we go. Yep, I can see it.
You can see the head right there. I think on the right. Yeah.
I can literally see it, so it must mean it's real. If I can see it, it's got to be a snake.
So we did something like this on Conan O'Brien's show with Steve Irwin. Yeah, so if you went and did a search on YouTube, Steve Irwin on Conan with Green Anaconda, that was one of my pregnant green anacondas, which is the mother
Wait a minute.
of these.
You're telling me that one of your green anacondas had an interaction with the Steve Irwin?
Yeah, I used to work with Steve Irwin.
Oh, it makes her real mad there, crikey.
Pile it on, mate. Pile it on.
That's a lot of gel I'm putting on right there.
Yeah, we'll need it. We'll need it.
All right, more than this?
Yeah.
Oh, well,
Yep,
okay. All right.
That's the ticket.
We did a appearance on Conan O'Brien, and we pulled out a GRAVID green anaconda, and we pulled out an ultrasound, and we had some little technical difficulties, but we did have a GRAVID green anaconda, and Steve was ultrasounding the green anaconda with Conan O'Brien, and that is the mom. I love them. I used to have a lot of green anacondas, and what I found was really difficult over the years, as much as I love the animals, breeding them wasn't really worth it because they're hard to breed. But secondly, I was trying to deal with, compete with wild-caught ones, and a wild-caught baby green anaconda at the time could have been $85. Now you can't get them, so I have no competition as far as any importation of green anacondas. So now my captive-born anacondas are far more desirable because people can't source them easily to get nice anacondas. And I basically just retained a small group of what I used to have. These guys are born pretty big, and they're just wonderful at this point. As long as we handle them and we socialize them, they make great captives. So when we send these guys out, they're generally very friendly. These are green anacondas. So we basically sell these guys, and these are one of our people are really in high demand to get nice captive friendly feeding green anacondas. So look, he doesn't even know anything about snakes. He's not getting mauled.
Look at that.
Keep supporting his body. Excellent, nice and smooth. Support the lower part. There you perfect. There you go. There you go. 5 minutes, he'll be a pro. Wait a minute, he might
He's
be
already
like
better
a
than
professional.
Gianni.
Yeah. We have lots of babies to show off. It is big.
Green?
What was it like?
Yeah, tell me more.
I want to hear about your anaconda bite.
That's a story.
Oh, look.
See?
Sarah, can you video?
I'm videoing him.
These guys are little sand boas, and these are Kenyan sand boas. Liverage eye. So, but these guys will all. I mean, they're just born, and they're already coming into being opaque. So their color right now is. Isn't that cute?
Yeah.
Yeah, their color's a little subdued, but they will turn pretty. And these guys, technically, they often get real nice and orange. It's a small dwarf boa, very interesting animal that lives a lot of its time under the sand, unlike green anacondas that live in water. So you guys, you know why their nose is like this?
Oh, actually.
So it's a little shovel. So they dig in the sand and in the dirt and basically shovels all the sand and dirt away so that as they chase after things like toads, which also like to burrow. Can I hold your attention for more than 5 seconds?
Look at him get offended. You can't talk to kids like they're adults,
Ready?
Gavin.
Turn around. Yo!
Look, there's a wild bunny.
The white one?
Did you get it? Film it. Oh my god, look.
Every time I touch that one, it bites me.
That's why we're going to teach everybody how to socialize their caiman today.
Yeah.
My name is Crispy, and I'm scared of baby caimans.
I'm not scared of them.
We'll prove it. Make friends with the dwarf baby caiman.
That one's just gonna keep biting. I've tried.
Positive reinforcement.
Hey, bud.
Yeah, hi. I'm a caiman. And stick your, your... ago, so around when Abraham Lincoln was alive. So that leads us to believe. That leads us to believe. Oh, it's gonna be a good clip. Oh.